Hey, how's it going? I'm Jesse. Today we're going to be talking about some fitness exercises that we can incorporate into our everyday lifestyle. For me, I'm actually on quarantine lockdown due to the coronavirus pandemic. In my eyes, it's all because of the election, but we'll keep that a little secret. So today we're going to be talking about some good exercises to use while at home. Some of these exercises can also correlate into the gym. We're going to be going over an upper body, a lower body, and a core exercise. So a lot of the fitness elements that I like to choose from come from the CrossFit world, which ties into the functional movements. So every movement that we'll be talking today, we'll be covering something functional that we do in our day-to-day. If you noticed just a second ago, I was doing a squat. So you think, but we'll go back here in a little bit and correct that form. So first thing, before we go into depth on any of this, I want to talk about intensity. Intensity is what makes our fitness a lot better. So think, for example, if I was doing those squats at a high rate, but my form started to slop. Out of 10, 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10 was bad form. I will say I need to slow down my intensity to get the better effort and keep myself injury free. Now, if I was going perfect form every single rep, I'm going to increase the intensity to get a little bit better. So you want to find that happy place where 9 or 8 to 10 out of 10 times your reps are looking pretty good. That is a safe environment for this. So in that instance, what I was just doing is in a squat, I was going too fast when I was lacking proper form. So the importance of a lower body exercises is our legs are our biggest muscle in our body, so they can take a beating. Some of the things that we do every day is we walk all the time. Our legs are designed for the impact. So this is something we can incorporate multiple times throughout the week. A lot of times we have our big guys just trying to do that one big leg lift a week, and then they're sore for 2-3 days after, right? Have those issues. We got to break through that and start doing legs 2 to 4 times a week, hitting those accessory lifts. So lower body is very important. So the first exercise we're going to talk about for lower body is going to be the squat. We're going to break it down even further into the air squat with no weight. So how this correlates to everyday life with the squat is think about picking up something from the ground. So if I needed to bend over, this is bad form to begin. Also, when we have the squat, it is honestly our natural way of sitting. So sitting in the chair at the 90-degree angle, we're kind of not at that best angle. So think of squatty potties. It's an assistance for people going to the bathroom. It's lowering that angle, so it actually relieves the pressure within the stomach and helps relieve your bowel movements a lot easier. So that is why we're going to break down the squat today. So for the squat, the first thing you need to do is you need to have a good shoulder width distance with your feet. Your feet want to be pointed forward. So with that, you can slightly angle out a little bit, especially on your heavier lifts. But for this instance, we're going to be going no weight, so get that nice shoulder width distance. Should be nice and comfortable and relaxed. Going too far out is we're going to start damaging some of the insides and the outsides of our legs, ACL, MCL. So good shoulder distance apart. After that, our movement is going to begin with the hips. So our hips are going to be the hinge with this. All right? Moving with the hips first. So what I'm going to be doing after I move my hips, I'm going to be getting my butt down to the ground and trying to break that 90-degree angle. Simultaneously, I'm going to keep a good midline posture. My head is going to be up. All right? Let's do that again. Coming all the way down, all the way up. So it's a little uncomfortable for me, so I always recommend stretching a little bit. So I'm a little tight, so I'm gonna go out just a little bit wider in this instance. Same concept, bridging from the hips, butt's coming down. I'm making sure my midline is up and my head is up, above parallel. So one of the other things I like to show you is another little tip, is with this, when you come down, you get into that nice squat. If my knees are caving in, one of the other things, points of performance, we want to get those knees out, all right? You should be feeling it inside the inner hips. You come up. So for my movements, I like to have my hands up. That just forces my midline up. You can still squat, your hands in different positions. Now, if we want to talk about adding a little bit of weight, say I have that barbell, same concept. So as you notice, I started leaning knees, going over my toes. So that is an improper form. So a lot of times, I'm not ready for the bar yet. So make sure, take that little piece of humble pie, it's okay. We'll work on that form. So if you start seeing knees over your toes, one big trick is start wiggling your toes. It's gonna force yourself back into a better position. So with the progressions that we covered with the squat, so after we've mastered the squat, we're gonna then go ahead and work into a back squat. And once we've actually done really well with the back squat and our form is good, then we can progress into an overhead squat. So now that we've talked about lower body exercise, we're gonna go ahead and start talking about an upper body.